Hey guys, this is Alex and this is my 2004 Discovery 2. And by the title of the video, I guess you're wondering, are these things reliable? How has it been? Are you enjoying it? So I've had this truck about 1.5 years, I would say. I bought it in Florida from a guy. I found it on Facebook Marketplace. Got it for pretty cheap. It was about $2,000, but of course it did need the head gaskets. So if you're new to these trucks, these are the number one things that go wrong with them, are the head gaskets. There's a lot of people who say the sleeves are a big thing on them as well. I think they're a little bit misdiagnosed for the most part, because a lot of the ticking when you get on these cars is usually the lifter, but they do have bad oil pumps as well. But the cool thing is that a lot of these issues are now known and they're pretty easy to resolve. So how has it been for me? Honestly, since doing those repairs, which of course is like, the whole top of the engine, it's been pretty solid. I've done about 2,000 or 3,000 miles on it since, and I've had no issues. The reason why I got this truck was pretty much just because everybody's got 4Runners, everybody's got Land Cruisers, and I wanted to do something a little bit different. I had a couple of LR3s, I had a few Land Cruiser 80 series, but I wanted to try something a little bit different, so I came upon the Discoveries. I think you really do get a lot of bang for your buck for these trucks. Big thing being is they are solid axles, front and rear, so it is going to ride a little bit truckish, but you really can't beat it. I think they're different, they're cool. Obviously, if you've seen a lot of these videos about these Land Rovers, you know by now about the Camel Trophy, which were more the Disco 1s, and the G4 Challenge was more of Disco 2s. But yeah, I just think they're cool trucks. They're special, and they're actually starting to be worth a good bit of money in good condition. Not saying that mine's in good condition, but it is better condition than most of them. Let me show you on the inside real quick. So this is the inside of a Disco 2. What's cool is how high you sit up. You really do get a commanded view position, especially if you're off-roading. At the tiny little window sills that you have on these trucks, which is kind of cool. But this is the interior of mine. I have about 181,000 miles on it. I've got a little bit of wear on the armrest right there. The headliner kind of sucks. It's actually Rhino lined. I didn't do that. That was previous owner. I did add a little radio with Apple CarPlay. Steering wheel's been redone. I'll show you the back. Pretty much the same in the back. Obviously all leather. Not the comfiest thing in the world, but you can easily do, thousands of miles across the country if you wanted to, without any issues. Plenty of headroom in the back, especially with the stadium seating. This one is sitting on a 3-inch Terra Firma lift. So it's got the, obviously the front shocks, the springs. I did recently do the Terra Firma heavy duty tie rod and drag link, because I did bend mine on a rock, unfortunately. So I got that done on it. But other than that, guys, it's been 100% bulletproof. I'm actually, in a couple of days, I'm going all the way down to Jacksonville, Florida. So it's going to be about a 6-hour trip that I'll be doing there. Driving it around the beach, see if we can rescue some people that are stuck on the beach, and then driving it back to the city of Atlanta. But if you're looking at getting into one of these, I highly suggest you do, only if you have a way to be able to figure out the quirks of the truck and somebody who knows what they're doing, or if you can do some of the things yourself. Luckily, I have a family of mechanics that have helped me out with pretty much the whole thing anytime I needed anything. And there's little things that I can do as well. So I'm not saying I'm a master mechanic by any means, but the cool thing is that these are also super simple to work on. And like I said, I would suggest it to anybody who's in the off-roading community that wants something different, that isn't a Land Rover, that isn't a 4Runner or a Land Cruiser or anything like that. Get something different. Be a little bit different. Live life on the edge. These are really cool vehicles. As a recap, things to look out for. Head gaskets. They do love to overheat. It is a Rover V8. It is a push rod. It's like basically a Chevy 350 engine. Super easy to do the heads on it. You could probably do it in a weekend. Number 2, rust. The rear section of the subframe back there will typically rust on these before anything else does. That is the number one thing, along with the head gaskets, that'll ruin it. Also, weak oil pumps, electronic gremlins, lifter tick, you name it. But if you really consider it, on all these new cars that are having all these issues that come out of the factory and immediately explode, these aren't so bad. They definitely were pretty terrible when they first came out, because a lot of things were misdiagnosed on them and people didn't know how to, work on them per se, because they were still pretty new. But now that they've been out there for a long time, everything's pretty well documented. Everybody knows They're pretty solid trucks once you get everything fixed. Other than that, they all have little plastic trims that break. It's like an old British vehicle, as you can see on mine. All broken right up here. Interior plastics will always disappear. Sometimes you'll be going down the highway and things will fly away like that. But other than that, I suggest getting into one of these. I think there's not a lot out there on the market that's as cool as one of these as well. Like I said, everyone's got your 4Runners, everyone's got Land Cruisers. Not a lot of people got Disco 2s. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If there's any questions that you guys have, leave them down below in the comments. And I'll try to film as much as I can when I go on my trip here to Florida here in a couple of days. And hopefully it's all smooth sailing and no issues. And I'll try to do some more videos just to kind of keep everybody updated on what's been going on. I don't have the M5 anymore with 400-some thousand miles. That car is back in Tennessee where it was originally made. Not where it was made, but where it was originally bought. And the owner is now a mechanic and he's been taking good care of it. I think it's at about 440,000 miles now. So that'll do it for this video. I'll talk to y'all soon.